This boy possessed an extraordinary ability to self-heal. One day, climbing a tree for a bird's nest, he tumbled down when a crow startled him. Yet, his body mended itself with astonishing speed. This miraculous healing led to his peers branding him a monster, deeply scarring his young heart. Time passed, and the boy grew into a young man named Dong Su. One day, a thug intercepted him. Bound and abducted, Dong Su found himself in a room where a man began harvesting his organs for a shadowy group. As the man answered a phone call, Dong Su's body began its uncanny regeneration. He slipped off the table and popped an eye back into its socket. The man's horrified scream startled Dong Su, causing him to drop his other eye. Seizing the moment, he made his escape. Since then, Dong Su lived as a one-eyed man. One day, while cradling his guitar, a sharp pain pierced his remaining eye. Covering it, he was met with a bizarre vision, an astrological chart on a computer screen, unfamiliar furniture, a strange house, and finally, a single tear rolling down a face. Could his other eye have been transplanted? Maybe it was time he found both of them. The next morning, a crowd gathered in the city to admire a stunning new sculpture. Suddenly, blood began oozing from it. The police arrived, Dong Su among the onlookers. Peeling away the plastic coating, the forensics team discovered a letter P carved into the artwork, like a signature. Later, while working at a junkyard, Dong Su witnessed his boss being harassed by 3 thugs after a minor cart collision. Demanding compensation, they threatened the old man. Dong Su intervened, only to be met with brutal punches and kicks. A knife slashed at him, but he didn't flinch. An ear dropped off, knocking aside his eye patch. "Monster!" The thugs shrieked, fleeing in terror. Tears welled up in Dong Su's eyes, childhood pain resurfacing. As his ear seamlessly reattached itself, the thugs ran, spreading word of the one-eyed monster. A tall, imposing figure walked past, stopping to interrogate the terrified trio. Dong Su's captor orders his men to find their escaped prey. A long-haired thug expresses regret that the old quack let one eye get away, claiming they'd be rich if they had his immortal body. The boss refers to Dong Su as a legendary connect. Meanwhile, a woman overhears their conversation through a listening device. Walking down the street, Dong Su hears a busker performing a familiar song. The musician explains he rearranged an online track because he thought it still lacked qualities. Meanwhile, the person who has Dong Su's right eye is also listening to that song, and it somehow makes his eye throbbing, revealing a vision of an eye staring back from a mirror. But the mysterious man shuts the music abruptly. Later, Dong Su revisits the clinic where he was harvested, encountering the captor. A chase ensues after he recognizes Dong Su, and a strange woman tailing close behind. Cornered in an alley, Dong Su endures a brutal beating, but uses all his might to escape. Just as a train barrels through, he is dragged away by the woman. Reaching a dead end, she reappears behind him, suddenly slashing his leg and observing his rapid regeneration. As the thugs close in, she mercilessly throws him down, allowing him to flee once more. The next morning, Lee Sun-hee, an office worker, listens to the song recommended by her favorite artist. Arriving at work, she sees a news report about a gruesome sculpture by a notorious killer. The police have discovered the letter P carved into it. Humming the song, she walks past her manager, Dong Su, triggering another painful vision in his right eye. He sees the woman and a colossal statue, recalling passing it on his garbage collection route. A young detective shows his senior officers social media comments praising the killer's artistry and anticipating his next work. While cooking noodles, Dong Su's eye flares again, showing sketches on scraps of paper. Even the signature found on the artworks has been identified. Dong Su, reviewing the shocking sculpture case online, realizes the man who stole his eye is the killer. Meanwhile, Detective Choi and his partner, noticing a one-eyed man appearing near the discovered sculptures, consider him a prime suspect. The next day, Dong Su visits the large statue, hoping for clues. Removing his eye patch, he spots the woman from his visions walking by. Startled by his appearance, his coworker, Lee Sun-hee, hurries away with her friend. They break into a run when he follows, desperately trying to ask about the man seen with Sun-hee. At an eatery, the women recount the encounter to a coworker. They're joined by their manager, Jin Seob, for lunch. Dong Su's song is being played there, triggering pain in both men's eyes. Dong Su sees a vision of a beef stew soup restaurant and the woman sitting across from someone. He races out, following the vision to find the restaurant. Jin Seob, uncomfortable with coworker Myung-hun's attempts to pair him with Sun-hee, makes an excuse to leave. Dong-soo enters, bumping into Jin Seob. Ji-young, witnessing the confrontation and recognizing the one-eyed man following Sun-hee, panics. Dong-soo approaches Myung-hun, who grabs his collar. Calmly, Dong-soo asks about the man sitting with Sun-hee, but is threatened with the police and forced to leave. Meanwhile, Z, a musician, is making a cover of Dong-soo's song because the comments mentioned the original composer made it copyright-free. At home, Dong-soo researches the murder case, seeing an astrological chart that he remembers witnessing with the killer. He seeks out an astrologer, asking about the chart and the letter P. The astrologer explains it signifies Pluto. When Dong-soo mentions the dates of the murders, she reveals they align with the conjunction of Pluto and Venus, a combination of death and art. The next conjunctions are December 20th and 25, ending on January 6th. Jin Seob, amidst his creative process, hears the doorbell. It's Sun-hee. Despite his coldness, she invites herself in. Commenting on the apartment's cleanliness, Jin Seob asks if she'd like to be clean too. Sun-hee enters the bathroom, unbuttoning her blouse, ready to surrender to her fantasies. They share a passionate encounter. Afterward, observing the pristine surroundings, Sun-hee enters Jin Seob's studio. Her eyes fall upon disturbing drawings, smeared with blood. Terror grips her. The fortune teller goes to the police, describing the one-eyed man she spoke to about the planetary conjunction. They show her a photo, and she recognizes him from the security footage outside her shop. The next day, an old man chasing his dog through a field stumbles upon another sculpture, this time with a wheelchair beneath it. Sun-hee, watching the news report of the 4th Art Corps, remembers seeing the sketch in Jin Seob's apartment. Dong-soo is also at the crime scene, drawing the attention of the organ trafficking gang. He flees, pursued by both the thugs and the police, who have spotted the one-eyed suspect. Dong-soo escapes into a tunnel, the gang hot on his heels. He leaps down a shaft to evade the leader, only to be caught by another thug. He fights back, but the leader severs his arm with an axe. Witnessing Dong-soo's miraculous regeneration, the leader calls him a connect. Suddenly, the mysterious woman appears, incapacitating the thugs with a taser. She urges Dong-soo to kill them to protect his secret, but he refuses. The police arrive, apprehending one thug, but Detective Choi misses the one-eyed suspect. The woman helps Dong-soo escape, warning him that he's worth a fortune to people like them. She takes his number, introducing herself as Choi I-rang, but he runs away indifferently. At work, Sun-hee asks Myung-hun for a favor, then confronts Jin Seob, leading him to the rooftop. "I saw your sketchbook last night," she reveals, drawings exactly like the art corpses. He claims he copied them from online, but when she mentions the latest victim, found that morning, a drawing she saw in his sketchbook the previous night, his facade crumbles. "So you've seen it all," he hisses. Myung-hun, listening nearby, ready to intervene, is distracted by his ringing phone. Sun-hee shouts that Jin Seob is the killer. He attacks, knocking her unconscious, then turns on Myung-hun, forcing him towards the balcony. As Sun-hee's phone rings, playing Dong-soo's song, he sees a vision of the struggle on the rooftop. Sun-hee regains consciousness to see Myung-hun falling. Jin Seob stops her from reaching her phone. Dong-soo sees her desperate tears as she pleads with Jin Seob, promising anything, but he coldly silences her. As the ringing stops, Jin Seob's eye stops throbbing, and he realizes the song was causing the pain. Below, the I-rang senses Dong-soo's distress. He discovers the killer's workplace and races towards the building, now in lockdown. On the rooftop, Ji-young is horrified to see her friend's body. Jin Seob slips away down the stairs. Dong-soo, spotting a man wearing the killer's coat, follows him into the restroom, confronting the wrong man. The employee storms out, and Dong-soo tries the only locked stall, getting stabbed in the hand by Jin Seob. Security arrives, restraining Dong-soo, who spots the killer's shoes and grabs them. Jin Seob witnesses his rapid healing before Dong-soo is dragged away. Ji-young, recognizing him, grabs him, accusing him of hurting Sun-hee. The crowd recoils as Dong-soo's remaining eye is revealed. Jin Seob slips away unnoticed. As security prepares to hand Dong-soo over to the police, I-rang intervenes, tasering the guards. She tosses Dong-soo the taser, urging him to clean up, and they escape. Two detectives review security footage of the one-eyed man's break-in. The timing doesn't match Sun-hee and Myung-hun's deaths. Myung-hun had already fallen when the man entered. They watch as the mysterious woman enters minutes later, forcefully obtaining an employee ID. Later, the detectives question Jin Seob, asking about his coat, The one-eyed man mentions searching for one. Ji Young interrupts, urging the police to focus on the real criminal. Jin Seob seems annoyed by her defense. Outside, Detective Choi remarks to his partner that Jin Seob is a narcissist, irritated by Ji Young's support and fixated on her weird shoes. Dong-soo takes Irang to his place, demanding answers. She explains she's a novelist, fascinated by the Connect legend. As a child, I was almost run over, but another child took the blow. He was a Connect, instantly healed, just like you. He disappeared before I could thank him. Years later, I heard rumors of an immortal being and started investigating. The organ traffickers posted about Connect, and I met them. I planted a listening device in their office. That's how I found you. They're connected to Zongdo Pharmaceuticals. Will you investigate with me? Dong-soo prioritizes catching the serial killer. He also recounts his abduction and lost eye. That killer now has my eye. Irang replaces his eye patch with sunglasses to avoid detection. At a convenience store, Dong-soo spots his wanted poster. Rushing out, his eye throbs. Jin Seob, testing his theory, plays Dong-soo's song. Could this guitarist be the one-eyed man? He stops the music, the pain subsides. Dong-soo realizes his eye reacts to his own music. Irang warns that the killer could expose him and ruin his life. Leave the investigation to me for now. While working with the junkyard owner, Dong-soo hears Z's new release, a cover by the Lonely Guitar Man. He's thrilled Z credited him. A true professional. Immediately, Jin Seob contacts Z, wanting the song for a commercial and asking about the composer. But Z has never met him. The police interrogate the apprehended thug, but he claims he was just jogging. With no evidence and time running out, they release him. The long-haired thug instructs his man, Woo Jin, to monitor the transplant recipient, waiting for the right time to reclaim the miracle eye, because sooner or later that man will be dead. The thug discovers that his hamster is missing, and while searching for it, he finds the eavesdropping device. That novelist, she knew more about Connects than us. Irang, ditching her glasses, watches as Woo Jin, after speaking with the thug, stops outside Jin Seob's building. Inside, Jin Seob struggles through his pain to finish his next artwork, collapsing in agony. Irang tells Dong-soo the killer seems ill, nearing his end. Dong-soo's eye throbs. Jin Seob shows him a drawing Dong-soo with a message, "I'm coming for you. Wait for me." He reveals his next target, an elementary school, signing his work. Walking down the street, Dong-soo re-encounters the busker, who shares a new guitar piece based on Z's cover. As he listens, Dong-soo's eye throbs again. He spots Jin Seob in a nearby car. Giving chase, he's stopped and apprehended by the police. Detective Choi appears, inviting him to the station. It's a setup orchestrated by Jin Seob. Later on, he goes to see the old quack doctor, demanding answers about his transplanted eye. Holding him captive, he demands to know where the eye came from, but the doctor insists he only performs surgeries and knows nothing more. The gang leader arrives at the doctor's hideout as Jin Seob subdues him. Taking the doctor to his own lair, Jin Seob interrogates him. "Did you send someone to follow me after the surgery? What's so special about this eye that you and those thugs are after it?" The doctor speculates it might come from a Connect. 2 months ago, you came to me with a mangled body, desperate for help and secrecy from hospitals. You promised a hefty sum, so I agreed, but you warned me against taking anything from your body during surgery, claiming it was riddled with cancer. The doctor recounts after Dong-soo vanished, an eye is left behind. Witness all his wounds, healed in a blink. I decided to implant it into you, to see if it held any special properties. In 2000, Zongdo Pharmaceuticals made a breakthrough in biotransplantation, calling it Connect. Some whispered it held the key to immortality. Wouldn't that be a godsend for a terminal cancer patient? Jin Seob coldly silences the doctor, his face twisted in a satisfied smirk. At the police station, the detectives interrogate Dong-soo, convinced he's the killer due to his presence at each crime scene. "I see 2 things happen at once," Dong-soo insists, "but only when my eye throbs." Sensing his partner's aggression, Detective Choi takes over, adopting a gentler approach. "I believe you," he says, asking Dong-soo to describe the visions he sees when his eye throbs. Dong-soo reveals the next target, elementary school girls. "I saw the sketches. I even saw the Pluto symbol in the corner," refusing to believe Dong-soo is the culprit. Detective Choi presses him for an explanation. Uncomfortable with the crowded room, Dong-soo hesitates. Choi takes him to the rooftop for privacy. With a grunt, Dong-soo slips his hand free from the handcuffs. revealing his rapid healing. "I recently learned they call my kind connect," he says. "Whatever that killer sees, I see it too." Choi receives a call from his partner. Dong-soo's fingerprints aren't even in the system. He's practically a ghost. Realizing Choi doesn't believe him, Dong-soo breaks free from his remaining cuff, regretting his trust in the detective. Detective Choi fires a warning shot, but Dong-soo confidently leaps from the rooftop. His regeneration kicks in. He escapes the police station, leaving a stunned Detective Choi behind. Irang tries reaching Dong-soo, but he's unavailable. After cutting her hand, she notices the blood moving oddly as she departs. Meanwhile, gang boss Mr. Kim orders his men to find the missing doctor. Woo Jin calls, reporting Jin Seob's disappearance, prompting Mr. Kim to send men to Woo Jin's place. While trailing Woo Jin, Irang gets Dong-soo's call. Suddenly, Woo Jin vanishes, only to reappear and attack Irang with a knife. She fights back, knocking him unconscious. Elsewhere, Dong-soo throws a Molotov cocktail into a school and calls the police, threatening to burn down all schools in the city. If any kid dares to go to school, they will never have a chance to meet their families again. News of a school terrorist spreads like wildfire. Watching the news, Jin Seob recognizes Guitar Man's handiwork, a desperate attempt to derail his plans. Dong-soo sees Z's comment, expresses admiration for one of Dong-soo's songs. Z mentions his wish to perform the song with the lonely Guitar Man. Suddenly, Dong-soo feels a searing pain in his eye. He sees a message scrawled as if just for him, along with a phone number. The phone rings. It's Jin Seob, and he warns that it's too late to stop him. Things have escalated. The following morning, Woo Jin is found dead. Back home, Dong-soo warns Irang that they know I'm a connect now. Your life will also be in danger. Hiding out at an abandoned theater to avoid organ traffickers and cops, Irang reveals her secret to Dong-soo. Irang asks Dong-soo to cut her hand, and shows him the quickly healed wound. "I promise I'll tell you everything after you take back your eye." Dong-soo asks Irang why she is keeping the ergo on her finger. She replies, "This helps me hide the truth that I'm a connect with others, like a lucky charm. But I guess I don't need it anymore." Dong-soo is very happy because he finally finds someone alike. Irang then cut her palm and Dong-soo's, blood on two hands intertwined as they kissed. Later, at a nightclub, Z is attacked and kidnapped by a man with an eye patch, who is Jin Seob in disguise. The attacker reveals his motivation is that Z stole his song. At the same time, Dong-soo, through his injured eye, sees Jin Seob tear up his previous sketch. Next to him, Z is tied to a wheelchair and forced to sing Dong-soo's song. Jin Seob leaves a message, "Come meet him, or Z will become his next masterpiece." Meanwhile, the organ traffickers, led by those who previously harvested Dong-soo's organs, show up at a junkyard, spoiling for a fight. Inside the abandoned theater, Dong-soo and Irang watch thugs appear on a security camera. A video call comes in, showing the junkyard owner, tied up. They want Dong-soo at the junkyard in 15 minutes. Irang points him towards an escape route, assuring him, "I'll handle things here." As Dong-soo leaves, the thugs enter. Irang confidently confronts them with taser in hand. She takes one down before making her escape, only to be cut off by the leader. At the junkyard, Dong-soo finds the owner bound and gagged. Two thugs attack, knocking him to the ground. They chain him up. The lanky orders the old man to be dealt with. Dong-soo fights back, eventually overpowering one thug. He starts a nearby chainsaw and uses it to break free from his chains, his hand healing instantly. He attacks the lanky, ultimately gaining the upper hand. However, the junkyard owner calls Dong-soo a monster, triggering past trauma. Lanky uses the distraction to attack from behind, but Dong-soo swiftly overpowers him again in rage, but decides not to deliver the final blow. Back at the theater, the thugs realize they're being monitored by Irang. As she reveals their comrade Woo Jin is dead, one thug slashes her face. Irang keeps telling Woo Jin was killed by Jin Seob, but her wounds are visibly healing. The leader is thrilled to have found another connect. Irang then starts fighting back once more, breaks through and escapes. The long-haired man blocks his men from pursuing Irang, seeing her as bait for other connects. Dong-soo frees the junkyard owner, apologizing for the ordeal. He offers to drive him to the hospital, but the old man urges him to leave. "I'll clean this up. Don't get hurt or caught." Grateful, Dong-soo drives off, remembering the kindness the man showed him as a child. Irang is waiting for him. He blames himself for putting both the old man and Z at risk. but Irang praises him for being willing to become a terrorist to save the children. It's not you who's doing wrong. It's the one who took your eye, Irang argues. People may fear us, call us monsters, even try to steal our bodies. You can hide from your ability, but not me. Once I knew I was a Connect, I explored my spectacular potential. If this world won't accept us, we'll conquer it. We are the superior ones. When Dong-Su asks what they can do alone, Irang assures him, you'll meet others soon. Suddenly, pain flares in Dong-Su's right eye. Jin Seob, suffering from advancing cancer, writes on a mirror demanding to meet Dong-Su at 11 p.m. Dong-Su decides to rescue Z and reclaim his eye. Irang declines to join, having her own business to attend to. Earlier, we see her confronting and ultimately killing Wu Jin. Meanwhile, the police investigate Wu Jin's body and a waterproof camera found near the dam. The recovered footage shows Wu Jin tracking Jin Seob. Officer Park receives a tip about Z's kidnapping, the caller mentioning a song theft before being knocked unconscious. Reviewing security footage, Park identifies Ha Dong-Su as the culprit due to his eye patch. However, the chief believes that it is Wu Jin in disguise that framed Dong-Su. Dong-Su arrives at the meeting point. A car playing his music pulls up, and a masked Jin Seob releases a smoke screen. Dong-Su tries to attack, but overwhelmed by the smoke, collapses. Irang, at an abandoned amusement park, tracks Dong-Su's rapid movement, recognizes that Jin Seob has taken him. Mr. Kim's man pursues Irang, but she easily defeats them, destroying his phone. Back at their lair, Mr. Kim tells the long-haired that Dong-Su and Irang are separated now, but they will keep it from their true boss for the moment. Irang finds and wakes Gideon, a hulking, disfigured man. She urges him to join her fight against those who exploit their power. Dong-Su wakes up to find the quack doctor that stole his eye long ago, about to become Jin Seob's next masterpiece. He pleads with Jin Seob to spare Z and others, but Jin Seob says, "We're both monsters in their eyes. We're two sides of a coin, but together, we could be perfect. Join me. Let me put my brain in your body, and we'll become one." He shoves Z forward, ready to begin his experiment. Dong-Su apologizes to Z and reveals to him that I am the lonely guitar man. Jin Seob exchanges their pinky fingers, Dong-Su's attaching and healing Z's. He offers to spare Z in exchange for the merger. Dong-Su refuses and is knocked unconscious. Irang, with Gideon, storms the organ trafficker's hideout. Someone calls Gideon a monster. Enraged, he unleashes his superhuman strength, Irang fighting alongside him to quickly finish the job. Detective Choi suffers a relapse. Park receives a call revealing the building from the dam camera photo. Dong-Su wakes to find himself in a cold storage, with Z in front of him, with a slowly frozen, lifeless body. Z apologizes for using his song before passing. Dong-Su burst into tears, saying his cover was amazing, and he really thanked him. Fueled by rage, Dong-Su breaks free by detaching his hands and regenerates quickly. The room is locked. Irang arrived and asked Gideon to rest for a bit because he had overexerted himself. He obediently lay down on the ground and slept. Dong-Su hears Irang outside, but Jin Seob attacks her, revealing he knows she's a Connect and questioning their ability to reproduce. "So do you want to take Dong-Su's body to have kids with me, or take my body to make kids with him? I'm sorry to say that's not gonna happen, because you're going down here." A fierce fight ensues, and Jin Seob manages to knock her down a level. At the moment, Detective Choi's car arrives, forcing Jin Seob to go upstairs to check. Irang uses this chance to free Dong-Su, urging him to finish Jin Seob, because things are not over yet. Inside, Choi mistakes Gideon for an attacker and shoots him. Jin Seob ambushes Park, taking his gun. Gideon, healed, attacks Choi. Irang appears, threatening to eliminate Choi because he knows too much. Choi recognizes her from when she stormed Jin Seob's company to rescue Dong-Su. "You're a Connect too," he realizes. "I thought I'd seen the worst this world has to offer, but some people have it even worse. I can't imagine what you and Dong-Su have been through." Dong-Su finds Jin Seob and declares, "You will never have my body." Jin Seob starts singing Dong-Su's song, causing his vision to double. Dong-Su charges, but Jin Seob shoots him repeatedly. Dong-Su heals instantly with each bullet, only to be shot again, even in his remaining eye. When the gun finally runs dry, Dong-Su pounces on Jin Seob, starting to reclaim his stolen eye. He's about to deliver the final blow when Detective Choi stops him. "If you kill him, I'll have to arrest you. You'll become a murderer just like him. Let me handle this. Go now." Someone's waiting for you. SWAT will be here any minute. I can't protect you anymore. Irang warns him, they're coming, and pulls Dong Su away. But as they flee, Jin Seob's discarded eye twitches, and Z's finger moves. Irang leads Dong Su to the rooftop, where helicopters are approaching. Are these Irang's people fellow connects? Or is it Zongdo Pharmaceutical, coming to reclaim their experiment? The story is far from over. If you enjoy this recap, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more amazing movies in the future. Thank you for watching.